What does your child need to know to be ready for kindergarten? Well, stay tuned to this video and hear the 5 simple tips for helping your child succeed in kindergarten when that school bell rings this fall. Hi everybody, I'm BJ Muir here with Little Rooted Minds, and today we're talking about 5 simple tips you can use to help your child get ready to be a success in kindergarten. And in today's video, we're going to focus on tips 1 and 2. If you'd like to see the video for tips 3, 4, and 5, you want to click on the link in the description below. Now, kindergarten is a really big step for your child and for you. And there's lots of things parents do and families do to try and prepare, whether it be watching educational videos or downloading apps to play or buying workbooks or making lists of skills they should know. But really, it's a lot simpler than that, and it can come with a lot of fun and family time and play. Now, as we get started here, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel and like this video if you have a child who's headed off to kindergarten soon. Also, you can follow Little Rooted Minds on all of our social media accounts, and you can also follow me at William B.J. Muir. And watch through to the end of the video for a bonus tip as well. All right, tip number 1. Work on developing your child's social emotional skills. Your child's going to be facing a lot of new situations, meeting a lot of new friends and teachers and staff, and facing a lot of new challenges. And with those come a lot of emotions and a lot of social situations they're going to need to know how to navigate. So you want to work on developing your child's social emotional skills. Now, for starters, you want your child to be able to name the emotions he's feeling. Now, that might simply start, as most children can, by saying that they feel happy or sad or mad. Those are the core basic feelings most kids can name. But you want to start modeling with your own language some other emotions, richer emotional language, by helping your child understand that they might feel jealous or frustrated or excited, or they might be wondering about something. But as you model those other emotional words, you're helping your child start understanding their own emotional life. You can build on that by helping them to start noticing that their friends have emotions too, and they're experiencing things. So when you give a favorite colored crayon to your friend, how's your friend feeling about that? Or when you take your sibling's favorite seat on the couch, how are they feeling about that? Helping your child notice the emotions of others starts to build on that emotional vocabulary you're building into them. Building upon that is taking turns and sharing. Now, taking turns and sharing is a big life skill for children of all ages. And this is the perfect time to work on these skills. Whether it's playing board games, or it's sharing crayons while you're coloring pictures, or it's sharing a special swing at the park, no matter what it might be, these are great ways to practice these skills. And believe me, there's going to be a lot of times during an average day in kindergarten where your child is going to need these skills. Being able to name your emotions and notice the emotions of others, and sharing and taking turns, all of these are great social emotional skills. However, if your child is not able to accept the instructions of an adult at this point, you want to work on this next skill right away. You see, your child needs to be able to accept instructions from grown-ups. Now, when I say that, I don't mean can your child follow simple step-by-step instructions from a grown-up, but how does your child respond? Does your child recognize that the grown-up is in charge and their responsibility is to follow that grown-up's lead? This is a very important skill because your child is about to be in a teacher's classroom working with other children, and your child needs to know in a caring way that the teacher's in charge and his responsibility is to follow her lead at that point. There'll be times where she puts out some wonderful toys and tools for learning that he's going to love doing. There might be other times where he might need to clean some of those toys and tools up, even when he doesn't want to. Will he at that moment accept her instructions, even though the answer might be no? That's a skill your child needs to be able to do as they go to kindergarten. Okay, here it comes. Tip number 2. Work on those self-help skills, please. Your teachers will love you for this. Now, the best place to start on those self-help skills is in the bathroom. For starters, your child needs to know when your child needs to go. Once your kid has that down, your child needs to remember to close the door behind them as they enter the bathroom. They need to remember to use the toilet correctly and wipe effectively. Once they're all done with that, they need to make sure they can zip up or button up or buckle up, whatever their wardrobe might entail. Of course, you can help your child out if they're having trouble with any of those skills by dressing them in things they can zip or buckle or button independently. And then finally, and most importantly, they need to remember how to wash their hands effectively when all done. Now, if your child does have an accident while they're at school, don't worry. Your child's nurse surely has extra clothes because they've dealt with this before, and your child's teacher has certainly dealt with this situation before and knows how to handle it well. Now, another self-help skill that'll really come in handy is helping your child learn how to put on her coat. Now, there's the classic method of one arm in on one side, around the back, the other arm in on the other side. And then there's the newer method of dropping the coat on the floor upside down and flipping it over the head. Getting your child this far is a huge step forward. Zippering up is an ongoing skill that you can work on and will probably take more practice to fully master. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Remember to subscribe to this channel and make sure to like this video and share it on your social media accounts. Also remember that the tips 3, 4, and 5 are in a separate video and the link's down below in the description. Now, in this video at one point you saw a couple of girls playing a game where they were taking turns and sharing. A link to that game is in the description below, along with links to several other games that really do a great job at helping children learn how to share and take turns. And remember, if you use that link to make your purchase, some of your purchase will go to support this channel and make sure we have videos in the future just like this one. And now for that bonus tip we talked about. Bonus tip: make sure your child can speak to other adults. It's important as your child starts kindergarten that he or she knows how to speak to adults clearly and in a good tone of voice that's loud enough for adults to hear, making good eye contact. Whether they have a question or want to tell a story or need help with something, it's important that your child can communicate those things to other adults. Apps and worksheets and all those types of things do not have as many social, emotional, or academic benefits as simply doing these things and integrating them into the normal, everyday family life. So go for it. Experience kindergarten success simply by getting ready in these tips we've described here. Thanks, everybody.